Strap yourselves in, because we're about to take a deep dive into the eerie and mysterious world of Haitian zombies. We'll start by introducing one of the most famous examples of a supposed zombie in Haiti, the story of Clarvius Narcisse. Before we dive into Narcisse's story, let's first talk about the dangers of a powerful drug called scopolamine, and one other drug that is used in a similar manner. Scopolamine, derived from the borrachero plant and often referred to as devil's breath, is a potent drug known for its ability to cause amnesia, confusion, and suggestibility in victims. In addition, tetrodotoxin found in the pufferfish's organs and skin can also cause similar symptoms, making both drugs popular tools for mind control and manipulation in parts of South America and other areas. It's estimated that thousands of people fall victim to scopolamine every year, with many of them being robbed, sexually assaulted, or even kidnapped. Scopolamine is often blown onto the victim's face, rendering them into a state of mindless obedience. One chilling story we've come across involves a young woman who was robbed of all her money by a gang of thieves who had given her scopolamine. She had willingly taken out money from an ATM, waking up the next day with no memory of it. She was completely under the influence of the drug. Another story that highlights the dangers of scopolamine involves a man who, under the influence of the drug, helped burglars load their truck with his own furniture. The man had no memory of the incident and was shocked when he realized what had happened the next day. It is difficult to estimate the precise number of people who fall victim to scopolamine each year, as the drug is notoriously hard to trace in a victim's blood. This makes it an ideal tool for criminals, as it can be difficult to prove whether a victim is lying or telling the truth about what happened to them while under the influence of the drug. Now, let's turn our attention to the reported cases of Haitian zombies. While the existence of zombies may sound like something out of a horror movie, there have been numerous reports over the years of people being turned into zombies through voodoo practices and other means. One such case involves Felicia Felix Mentor, who was declared dead by a doctor in 1907, but was later discovered to be alive and living in a small village. According to reports, Felix Mentor had been turned into a zombie by a voodoo priest and had been forced to work on a plantation for several years before finally escaping. Another reported case is that of Ty Felix, a man who was allegedly turned into a zombie in the early 1900s and worked on a sugar plantation for several years before escaping. According to reports, Ty Felix's family recognized him when he returned to his hometown years later, but he had no memory of his previous life. According to these stories, many of the methods used to create the Haitian zombies originate from voodoo practices. While voodoo has been portrayed in movies and cartoons as a frightening and mysterious practice, the reality is often quite different. Voodoo rituals often involve the use of various herbs, plants, and other substances to create potions or brews with specific effects. These substances may include psychoactive plants, such as the ones used in the creation of the Haitian zombie, or for example, plants that can paralyze its victims. However, it's important to note that voodoo is a complex belief system with a rich history and cultural significance. While it may seem mysterious or even frightening to some, the use of psychoactive substances in voodoo rituals is just one aspect of a larger belief system that includes communication with spirits and entities beyond our world. So while the image of a voodoo witch brewing up a magical potion may be a common one, the reality is often more complex and nuanced. Voodoo is a belief system with many different practices and traditions, and the use of psychoactive substances is just one small part of a much larger cultural landscape. Clarvius Narcisse was born in 1922 in Haiti, and by the 1960s, he was working as a farmer in the small village of Lestaire. In 1962, Narcisse fell ill and was taken to the hospital, where he eventually died and was buried in a local cemetery. Several years later, in 1964, a man claiming to be Narcisse appeared in the village of Lestaire. He was disoriented, confused, and seemed to have no memory of his life before his death. According to reports, he was also physically different than before, with a flattened nose and a scar above his left eye. Narcisse claimed that he had been turned into a zombie by a voodoo priest named Clarvius Narcisse, whose name was the same as his own. According to Narcisse, the priest had used a mixture of tetrodotoxin, a toxin found in pufferfish, and other substances to poison him and then revive him, leaving him in a state of mindless obedience. Narcisse claimed that he had been forced to work on a plantation with other zombies for several years before finally escaping. He had lived in the mountains for several years before finally making his way back to his hometown. What Narcisse described as mindless zombies working alongside him on this field was an obvious choice of words because of the deeply rooted Haitian zombie voodoo lore. What Narcisse described was textbook behavior of someone under the influence of scopolamine or the tetrodotoxin. Because of stories like his, it is believed that there are voodoo priests and witches in Haiti and other parts of the world who own and trade humans to work at their farms, and in some cases, do even more sinister things to them. These people are somehow kept under this influence for up to months at a time, thanks to these substances and other less-known ingredients. Whether or not this is an exaggeration or not, it sure makes my bones chill. This notion is extremely unsettling and evokes a sense of dread, similar to the chilling horror film Get Out. The story of Clarvius Narcisse quickly gained international attention and became a subject of fascination for those interested in the Haitian zombie phenomenon. However, skeptics have pointed out that Narcisse's story is difficult to verify, and that there may be other explanations for his supposed death and resurrection. Regardless of the truth behind the story, the legend of Clarvius Narcisse and the Haitian zombie continue to captivate and intrigue people around the world, and serve as a reminder of the mysterious and unknown elements of our world. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride through the mysteries of the Haitian zombie myth. As much as we love exploring the unknown, we think we'll stick to the safety of our couches for now. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll summon the courage to visit a voodoo priest and try out some of their special potions. Just kidding. We'll leave that to the professionals.